And welcome back to Western New York Living. Now, this probably comes as no surprise to anybody in the area when you're dealing with houses. The housing market is hot right now, but for some folks looking to sell, listing, and get rid of their house, fixing it up, doing all those small repairs, staging it, it's a lot. So for you, our next guest is the person you want to get in touch with us. Joining us this morning from Buffalo Brick and Mortar is Phil Greiner. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, so Philip, cleaning up, selling a house, that can be a lot. I want to know, how long have you been in the biz, and what does Brick and Mortar do?
So I've been in the business for over 15 years. I had a primary focus in mortgage default servicing. I was a general contractor acting on behalf of the banks, servicing their properties. And then in addition to that, I moved on to being a foreclosure agent broker. Give or take, sold about $30 million in real estate in that time and serviced conservatively 10,000 houses.
So Buffalo Brick and Mortar specifically does what for a seller?
So we're a real estate investment firm. We provide an alternative solution to the traditional agent. Come in, provide a cash offer, take it off their hands as is, where is.
What kind of house is best for you to get? What are you looking for?
I mean, anything in the Western New York area is what we're looking at. Primarily the surrounding suburbs, Erie, Niagara Falls, or Buffalo, Niagara Falls.
What houses are usually sold quickly? What are you looking to buy? Is there a particular style of house that you're looking for, Philip?
I mean, single family residential, being 4 units or less is definitely our niche, but we do get involved in commercial properties as well.
Okay, so walk me through the process. I want to get rid of my home. I don't want to do all the fix-up. I get in touch with you. You make an offer, but it's not pennies on the dollar, right? It's a good offer?
I mean, that's a great question and a great misconception. I mean, last year our company did 110 transactions, so the ability to do that is not by nickeling and diming people. Additionally, we can save a substantial amount of fees than selling the traditional route, save on the commissions, save on the title searches, save on the transfer taxes. I mean, welcome to New York, they tax you on everything.
Yep.
I mean, and more importantly, we make the transaction seamless. Our office will handle any and all paperwork, transactions, discussions with title companies, utility companies.
You have the conversations the seller doesn't want to have, it sounds like.
Correct. I mean, we make the transaction as easy as possible. Sign the paperwork, we'll handle the rest.
All right, so for your experience, you saw a need. Buffalo Brick and Mortar gets going on the action. Tell me, what kind of questions do you get from people trying to sell their house, and how do you step in and help?
I mean, so at the end of the day, we provide a solution to the seller. In some circumstances, it's they need to sell and they need to sell tomorrow, and we can push to closing in as fast as 30 days.
Wow.
And then in other circumstances, we're dealing with senior citizens that are unsure of the next steps, downsizing. They haven't found an apartment yet. They're looking for that ranch. And in those circumstances, we leave the contract closing date as open-ended as possible.
Philip, not everybody's selling a house just because they want to move somewhere else. Sometimes situations come up, and you talked about someone having to downsize. Are you sensitive to the needs of those clients?
I mean, absolutely. Several occasions we've physically moved individuals themselves, facilitated out-of-state moves, provided funding up front, closed on the property, and allowed them to be able to make the next step.
Best way for people to get in touch with you?
Check us out on the web, buffalobrickandmortar.com, or give us a call.
Philip, thanks for joining us in the studio today. Great solutions to some people's problems.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Buffalo Brick and Mortar can help you sell your house fast with no fees and no commissions, which means more cash in your pocket. To find out more about the services they offer, head over to their website at buffalobrickandmortar.com. You can also call them at 300-2293. Remember, they offer a fair cash offer with no obligation to sell. Now, coming up next, Colt Access and Lift will be joining us here to highlight some of the home accessibility equipment that they offer, including stair lifts and elevators, when Western New York Living comes back.
This segment of Western New York Living was sponsored by the following: